Hi, and welcome to a quick glimpse outdoors here at the shop.
Fluff&Stuff.
And I've been doing some work in the garden, ripping out this large laurel bush for a little project that's going to be happening in this area. So hopefully you'll find that interesting. Now, what have I been doing the last few weeks? Well, been helping my wife working on her studio. Excuse me whilst I just walk over the bridge, a little bit dodgy, don't want to fall in the pond. So helping the wife work on her studio. She's starting up a new business and that's taken up some of my time. I've also been working in the garden. It's this time of year where lots of things are growing very fast and obviously you have to keep on top of these things. Now I've been working for my patrons doing the writing slope, and that's coming on really nicely, and we've started Toolmake and I'm now open for entries to Toolmake 2019, so hopefully hear something from some of you in the near future. One of the sponsors, Evolution Power Tools, have just sent me their latest really budget saw, table saw, and I'm going to in a little while show you my initial impressions, doing an box opening of that, quick build, and show you my initial thoughts. And in the very near future I'm going to be building an item of furniture using that saw, just to see whether or not whether or not it's worth using a budget saw to make furniture, because a lot of people can't afford a lot of people obviously can't afford the expensive saws that are on the market, which we'd all love to have. So hopefully you'll find that interesting. Other than that, I'm finishing up the series on the Asian inspired nightstand, showing videos that are doing the techniques that Brad has done, or doing the parts of the build that Brad has done before, showing you how I did my parts of that nightstand, and I hope you'll be enjoying those. So let's go on to that table saw and I'll catch you later. Unboxing was really easy. Sadly there's still some polystyrene and plastic used though. Assembly was really easy with very clear instructions, but did need a 10mm spanner and one of the locking washers was missing. It was clear to see that the blade wasn't parallel to the mitre slots, and I took the insert out and double checked, measuring front and then moving the tooth around to the back, and there's about 1/8 of an inch difference. Now you can adjust that, and there is a tool included that will get that adjustment for you. Having done that, I was able to set up the rip fence parallel to the blade and the mitre slots, and that was quite easy too, and there were instructions for that. The mitre slide was set up correctly, and there's an adjustment there if it needs to be zeroed. There were some problems. The saw had clearly suffered a little damage in transit. That may have been why the motor alignment was out. The tabletop was actually crowned at one end and dished at the other. It was very slight, but it's a shame all the same. The only issue I still have with it is the fact that the blade actually moves slightly from side to side as it's raised and lowered. I don't know whether you'll notice this on the video. I expect you will. I'm not sure why it does that. Probably takes some more investigation to see. Basically what this is going to mean for you when you're using it is that you'll need to set your blade height, then set your rip fence and your angle, and not adjust your blade and not adjust your depth of cut until you've made your cuts. Now I'm not going to suggest you rush out and buy this saw. If you're on a really tight budget, then you get a lot for your money and it may be worth it, but if you've got more money to spend on a saw, there are better ones out there available. Evolution do a larger one, which is certainly better than this one, and obviously you can go to the more well-known brands and they do some great saws too. So if you're really struggling with your budget, this may be the saw for you. if you're not struggling with your budget, take a look around at everything else that's available. Now, I know from my experience of reviewing the previous model of this saw that it's more than capable of cutting and dealing with a lot of different materials. But as I said earlier, I'm going to be using this one for a particular furniture project, and I shall highlight any particularly good or bad things that happen along the way with its performance. Catch you next time. Bye.